There we go. Now we're recording. So now everything's good.
Okay.
We can watch it here.
Okay.
And then they should be able to hear everything, and then everything should be good. And we have already have 3 shares, which I don't know.
Oh,
are you?
that's probably me.
That's probably you share it. Yeah, you're
I'm the one
sharing
sharing it in different places. But
well, I shared it. I share it once.
Okay. All right.
I actually do want people to watch
So
this.
yeah,
Okay.
I do too.
Yeah.
So I shared it to my personal Facebook account,
okay,
and I
okay.
shared it to the Krista Makes a Podcast.
Okay.
And I shared it to the One Hit Thunder group.
Okay.
So hopefully some friends will join in and,
Yes.
and know that and see that
Well,
we
you
are
should tell
live.
everybody who you are. I don't know how to say it. I'm going to hack your last name.
Yeah.
That's my problem with last names.
My last name is Fafalius.
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 Chris Fafalius.
You could almost, it's Fafalius. 4 syllables, but sometimes people say to me, they make the last 2 syllables like 1 syllable, and they say Fafalius.
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 Okay. So, well, this is Chris, and you're from the area, right?
Yeah, I think I've lived in Greensburg area long enough. I've lived here since 2015.
Okay.
So
yeah.
I'm a Greensburger now.
Yeah,
right?
I live in Greensburg. I've been here since I was 16 years old. And
Okay.
and it's comical because like I didn't go to high school with anybody around here, but I've been here so long.
You're from
that, like,
Oil City, right?
No, I'm from Clearfield, Pennsylvania.
Oh,
Currensville,
Clearfield.
Pennsylvania. Up by well,
I know where Clearfield is.
yeah, sure.
That's where my dad's hunting camp is.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
All
You
right,
ever
where
go
at?
see the elk?
Yes. Well, at St. Mary's, yeah. Yep, St. Mary's is always there. We would. It was always comical because Clearfield had like, for years, it had a rock and roll club called The Rock, which was like an old jail, which was a really neat thing. But a lot of bands would come through there and play, like really big name bands would come through there and play that because the guy that promoted it was just like knew everybody. So like the Queers played there, Bigwig played there,
Nice.
just like all these different bands played there, and it was always strange that they would just come to Clearfield. And then when they would get to Clearfield, they'd be like, "Why are we in Clearfield?" And we're like, "I don't know. It was a weird thing, always strange."
Well, wherever I forget exactly. Benazet? What's Benazet? Benazet. Or what?
Benazet.
Have you heard of like a nice fancy bar called the Dam Inn?
Yes.
That's right by where my dad's hunting camp is. He loves going to the Dam Inn. That's
Okay,
his
so
favorite
all right,
place.
so ironic story. Well, I don't know if it's ironic. It's like ironic, like and it's more set ironic.
Okay.
That I lived on a trailer park on top of that hill,
Okay.
and at one point in time, I was riding my bike down that hill, and I wrecked it. I went over the handlebars, and I like, tore the whole side of my body up. Okay,
Oh.
which is you're a kid, that happens.
Sure.
And then I proceeded to walk to the Dam Inn
All right.
and get a drink of water and call my mom to come get me.
Wow.
At the Dam Inn, so that's how well I know the Dam Inn. I almost bled to death there, I think. At
Okay.
some point in time.
You know that it got fancy
No.
in recent years?
No. What do you mean by fancy?
Dude, I'm not a hunter.
Yeah.
But my dad likes to hunt. He's like
Okay.
a serious hunter,
Yeah,
so he has a
yeah.
hunting camp up there. And I think I had been to it before it was a fancy place.
Okay.
And then I hadn't been to my dad's hunting camp in a decade, probably more than a decade,
Okay.
15 years or
Okay.
something.
Okay.
And he's like, we're going to go to the Dam Inn. And, dude, it is a beautiful place.
Really?
Like they build a thing that goes over the water, like an outside. It would be like, I'm trying to compare it to like a Greensburg place, but it got like real
Wow,
fancy.
okay.
And it was packed and it was fancy. And I was like, I did not
Wow.
expect this. He's like, yeah, right?
Wow.
Yeah, you wouldn't have known.
No. Because it wasn't like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right,
Yeah.
well, I might go to the Dam Inn now.
Yeah,
And I'll try to see if they'll remember me.
you-
So we're watching a movie.
we are going to watch a movie.
So we're going to watch a movie called Time Cop.
I watched this movie in preparation for
It's
this.
a good movie. I watched it last night, too. Well, I mean,
Is good the right word?
It has kung fu fighting in it, which kind of makes it good. Do you remember though, in that era of movies, that was a big thing, was kung fu fighting. Like there was Jean-Claude Van Damme. There was
Right.
always like a Chuck Norris movie. I was like looking because we were talking about doing movies from 1994, and really that's what like kind of where we were going with because you have like you opened my eye to the fact that 1994 is like one of the best years of production of art in a very long time.
Music and movies.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know about art though. I'm trying to think like what art was out in '94.
Yeah.
I'll figure that out. Maybe 1594.
50. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about art years, but
Well, yeah, but I mean, like that would be a good.
the other types of arts,
Yes,
movies,
so-
music. Yes.
Because I didn't realize, like you were saying, like Pulp Fiction's from that year, and there was that poll today on Facebook that you put up that was
Yeah.
really good that everyone was involved in.
Yeah.
So, Time Cop's 1994 movie.
It is.
Also, what else was the other one I saw? Is Big Trouble? No, Big Trouble from Little China's 1993. I think.
Yeah, that's not 1994.
Okay, but it was like the year before, and I think it would have been. Yeah, actually, you could not do it. Okay, please. All right, we're good.
Anyway.
Yeah, sorry.
It's
I
all
got distracted.
good.
This is the thing. It distracts me. Oh, he has a Tesla in his. Yes. I know Evan's talking to us on the thing.
Okay.
I don't know who Evan is.
Okay.
Well, see, and this is the other thing too. So the comical thing. I should actually watch. See, and this I also need to hit this button. I need to actually. This is how professional I am.
We're in real time.
Yeah.
In real time, we are doing stuff.
This is the different views. So this is the inside of the studio view.
Okay.
Where you can see like all the different things that go on.
Right.
If you look over there, there's all that spray paint. I think you can kind of see it.
Daisher has a lot of spray paint here.
I do. I have so much spray paint. It's not even funny.
Daisher, I know that part of this is that I was supposed to prepare some questions because part of this is us becoming better friends.
You're sticking to the schedule.
Oh, yeah.
So see, this is the thing. Okay, like the one thing about this too is we were very loose.
I know we're loose.
Okay,
but
so what are the questions?
The reason, no, I don't have like super formal questions.
Okay.
But one thing that just popped to mind: you are the only person I've ever met named Daisher.
Yeah, it's a fake name.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Look at this. I knew
yeah.
the rocket part was fake.
Well, yeah, it's my last name. So yeah, but I'm not gonna tell you my first name.
Whoa, that's a.
Yeah.
You keep the first name under wraps.
Yeah.
The Daisher is your last name.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's a big secret, but that's like whatever.
You are blowing my mind.
But it's not really because I mean that's so basically the idea of so I was adopted when I was in 5th grade.
Okay.
And at some point in time when I got adopted, it was just like everyone just started calling me Daisher.
Okay.
So I just never stopped them, and then like eventually my name just kind of my first name kind of went away, and then at some point in time we started a guild, an artist guild in like college. Mm-hmm. And we all were kind of like we want to be like the Ramones. Okay. So we all decided to adopt the last name Rocket.
Yep.
So there's 2 of us left. One's Joey Rocket, and he actually changed his name, and I'm Daisher Rocket, Reverend Daisher Rocket. So I was the other one that was left. So there's 2 of us that are left because we were the 2 founders.
Okay.
We founded it one day. We were walking through Twin Lakes Park, and we decided that we were going to build fake dead bodies and leave them places with notes about why they're there and about it's like, and it was like this very like thing, and then like. And then we realized it was like basically would probably really scar someone in the long run.
Yeah.
So
don't build those fake dead bodies.
Yes, I see you watching the camera because it was wrong angle. But yes, so we're gonna watch Time Cop.
Yeah. So. Should we let people, if someone's watching along right now,
yes,
can we give them a countdown, or let's give them like a minute? Let's tell them where it's at.
Okay, Time Cop's on Tubi.
It's on Tubi. If you don't have Tubi,
yes, you don't have Tubi because it's free.
It's free.
It is free, so you can watch it at any point in time. And it has a commercial. We're on a commercial right now when it starts. And there's one ad of the 4. So if you would hit start right now, we'd be starting about the same time.
Yeah. So if you want like 30 seconds to jump on Tubi,
yes,
look for Time Cop. You'll be roughly around the same point we are, because that's one thing I noticed. When my buddy PJ was on here, I was like, well, how do I watch? I want to watch the movie too.
I definitely think I say it at some point in time. It's on Tubi. So you have to understand, like this is more. I'm not a very good podcast host.
Well, yeah, I like your setup,
and I like see the setup's great and everything because of Christopher Robin.
Christopher Robin is the man. He is the man,
and but he's great. But the thing with all this stuff and all the jazz and stuff, I always forget. So like I just figure people figure it out.
Yeah, well, people are definitely not gonna see Time Cop through here. They have to put it on.
Yeah, they'd have to put on it. But actually, Christopher Robin and I were debating on how we would actually have the TV going through another
you get
channel.
Flagged or something.
Oh yeah, we definitely get flagged for seconds. But actually, we need to watch because I have to turn this down too. So we're gonna get flagged if we don't turn this down.
I mean,
trust me.
You and I already know. You and I both already pre-watched.
Yes, I mean pre-watches in regards to like I've pre-watched this like probably 50 times in my life. I really, I'm a big Jean-Claude Van Damme guy.
Well, what's your favorite, John? I mean, your obvious favorite is
the one where he's like in the swamp with the boat.
In the swamp with the boat?
So there's the one where he's...
I don't know what this one is.
There's the one where it's a John Woo film.
Okay.
And he is an ex-CIA agent that was also like a Louisiana backwoods guy. So a good bit of the fighting is takes place on like a hovercraft of some sort.
Oh, if somebody in the comments could let us know a Jean-Claude Van Damme...
Lionheart? No, it's not Lionheart. There's Lionheart. I forget what it is.
I thought the obvious answer was Bloodsport.
Which one's Bloodsport? Well, Bloodsport.
Which one's Bloodsport? Bloodsport's the one.
That's like the first one. That one just whatever.
That is the great...
That's where he like learned how to do his like giant shooting arm. That's when you first saw him do his big split thing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and that's one of those things that it's like what he got known for, because he does it in this one like 6 times.
Yeah, he does it several times in this movie, and also I would say the second best being people from the. I mean, we're in Greensburg, but if someone's from far away and they ask me where I'm from, I say Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
just so they know. But
Sudden Death.
That's
the one that's set in
at the Penguin game. Yeah, that one's incredible.
That's okay.
Come on.
I don't. But see, I don't like hockey.
So come on.
I'm telling you, I like the one where he's on the boats, because there's.
It's that he's on the boats.
On the hoverboat things.
Okay. Oh, somebody might be saying Hard Target.
Yes, that's it. Hard Target. You got it.
Evan Pierce Dinsmore.
Yes, Evan Pierce. All right. But Hard Target is it. And then it has it's John Woo, so it has random dove scenes in it. So they'll be like he'll be in an empty barn fighting some guy, and these white doves will go fly by. And you're like, where the fuck those doves come from?
Okay.
Because they shouldn't be where they're at, because it's the swamp in Louisiana.
Well, hopefully that one comes on Tubi soon. I'll watch it.
I think it is. I think there's a whole Jean-Claude Van Damme. Okay, so this is we're starting the movie right now with the commercials. So we're on Mr. World. Have you seen this puppet thing before?
Yeah, I've seen this puppet before.
It's a little scary.
This globe puppet. I've seen him before. But Mr. World, Mr. World. That is.
Did you watch? Did you watch the? What was the with Ian, the guy from? The American Gods show, where they had Mr. World. That was Crispin Glover.
What is this?
So it was a Stars show. It was American Gods. It was based off a Neil Gaiman novel or something like that.
Okay.
So it was about basically that there were gods that, like the gods that came over here with the immigrants were stuck here, and they had to do. There's going to be this big battle over like technology and stuff like that. But Crispin Glover played Mr. World, which was interesting.
Wow, I haven't seen Crispin Glover in anything in a long time.
But yeah, that was like he's always in like weird stuff like that. Like he was. Remember he was the assassin in the Charlie's Angels movies.
Oh, I never saw those.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, he was the assassin.
He's got to be one of the strangest guys ever.
I met him once. He was very strange.
Wow.
I met him at a show. He did that movie with those individuals with disabilities. At one point in time.
I don't even know what this is either.
He did this movie called some strange movie with all the actors had Down syndrome or something like that in it, and it was like this art movie kind of deal.
All right.
And it was played at the Oakmont Theater.
Oh, okay. I've been there.
Yeah, and afterwards it was like a meet and greet with him. So
wow.
We waited in line. I remember my friend waited in line to fucking talk to him, and I was just like, "Hey, Crispin Glover, what's up?" Because I don't really want to talk to Crispin Glover.
Yeah, what are you going to say to that guy?
About his rat population. What the VR sex tapes, and they have been a spot of stuff. What's this? Hard Target. Okay. All right, cool. So we're starting the movie now. So this is Time Cop. So JVC Entertainment, I think, is actually probably has something to do with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I would think so.
I think he's definitely got some EP production on this shit right now at this point in time.
For anyone who hasn't seen Time Cop, do not try to make sense of the time travel in it, because it will frustrate you so bad.
Well, don't they say like you can't go kill Hitler?
Right, because
it would cause, but you can steal money.
Right. I mean,
from the past, that doesn't cause a ripple in time.
Look, trying to make sense of the time, imagine trying to write a time travel movie or something. That in itself will drive your brain crazy. Yes. Do not try to make sense of a Jean-Claude Van Damme time travel movie.
Because I feel that like if you did make sense of a Jean-Claude Van Damme time travel movie, that wouldn't be a very good movie.
No,
because they're not really trying to do. We should put on the caption so we can read what he has to say.
It's that part of it. You just have to let that go and just enjoy the ride with this movie. Is what you got to do.
Well, that's the way with every time travel movie.
Yeah, true.
Because they're all going to be like...
Who did the best? I mean, Back to the Future is frustrating. I mean, it's a hard thing to do because one little thing changes everything.
Yeah, one little thing changes everything, and then you have to, like, think about...
You got to think about 1,000 things.
Yeah, because, like, the one time travel, what's the... I really like the way the Christmas Carol does time travel, kind of, where you go back and you're not part of it.
Okay.
You're just viewing it. There's a few times you can see that in time travel. I like the way Christmas Carol does it.
Okay.
If that counts for anything. Christmas Carol with Charles Dickens.
Of course.
I like the Muppet version better. But I decided
I like the Bill Murray version the best.
Oh, that is a good version. But I really, the Muppet version is really good too.
Yeah.
Anything that has a Muppet version of it.
You a Muppet guy?
Oh, I love the Muppets.
My buddy Matt Kelly is a big Muppet guy.
Yeah.
I talk a little shit on the Muppets
Why
here and there.
Talk shit on the Muppets?
But
they're the Muppets.
But then I realized when I was a kid, I had a subscription to Muppet Magazine.
Oh wow.
Muppet Magazine was good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Muppets are they're like everybody was on the Muppets. Like my daughter was really into Muppets when she was younger, and well, she's still very much into the Muppets. But we would watch old Muppet episodes, and just basically and I'd be like watching them, I'd be like, that's not appropriate for you at all. And it was like a Bob Hope joke or whatever, and they were always a really good stuff. I always enjoyed them. I'm gonna go make sure this door is shut back here. I'll be back in a second. You continue to entertain the crowd.
But I will talk a little bit about Time Cop.
Time Cop, yes.
Where it's Jean-Claude Van Damme. It's the year 1994, and basically, spoiler alert, his wife gets murdered by these guys who look like cyberpunks or something.
Yeah, but they're like cyberpunks, but they're also like, yeah, they're like cyber. What's that? What's the damn thing? Yeah, cyberpunks.
They're like wrestlers / cyberpunks.
Yeah,
weird haircuts. They're supposed to look futuristic.
Yes, yeah. Well, and always in the future, everyone has mohawks.
Right. Yeah. Some kind of wild haircut.
Yes.
That's a surefire way to know that it's.
So this guy here,
yes,
is going to rob the Confederate Army.
Right. With some kind of laser guns.
Yeah,
laser guns.
Laser machine guns. And that's not causing a problem.
I mean, dude, don't try to make me think about this movie making sense. Somehow, the bad guy...
the day after my birthday.
The bad senator is trying to get rich by going to the past.
And steal gold.
Steal gold in, Civil War era.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it'll make your brain hurt.
It does. Well, I mean...
Look, okay. I know the people watching can't... let me explain something right now.
Yeah.
There's a meeting of high up politicians, maybe the president here, about how
no, that is not the president's not there.
Okay, the president.
It's like his cabinet.
Okay.
This one guy keeps making statements about how the president feels, blah blah blah.
Okay.
So this is the guys that are in charge of these are it's the president knows about time travel, the company that invented time travel. And this is the government agency. That guy works for the government. He's the liaison that tells the government agencies about time travel.
Well, regardless of all that, what I think is hilarious about this establishing scene in the beginning of this movie is that it's a group of people and a guy comes in. He's like, I got news.
Yeah.
They discovered time travel. And then all the other guys are like, well, okay.
Yeah.
No one challenged it at all. Everyone is like, oh, whoa, well.
But my question is this. Could they have not time traveled past this? Could they not have just been you know, when you add time travel to this movie,
right?
In general, it really any of the subplot, is really pointless because you could just be well, we just time traveled past that. We're already approved for it.
Everything. I would rather trying to understand.
We can go back and kill Hitler, but it would cause a chain of events that could alter or destroy all of mankind.
Right. Okay.
So that's the butterfly effect.
Exactly. Yeah, the butterfly effect stuff is insane. But basically, Jean-Claude Van Damme's 1994 wife gets murdered, and then we go ahead to 2004, where the changes by their idea of 2004 is hilarious.
Yes. So this is the beginning of it because he's talking about he's gonna get the job.
Right.
This is where he's I'm going to get this job. What do we? So we also have to think about too. We have to do a drawing for today. That's one of the other things we do in here is we do a drawing together.
The drawing. We can't sit here and just commentate on this movie the whole time. I think people will get mad at us.
Maybe. I mean, they might enjoy it.
We'll chime in.
But that's why we bought this fancy thing. It's like Christopher Robin.
Yeah.
Christopher. Do you want to do a card for a post? Do you want to do a card so you can show off your thing?
Sure.
Yeah, we can, see, these are aspects of friendship.
Oh,
they're really important.
Compassion.
Sharing. Yeah, these are all parts of friendship. So if you think about the idea of friendship, and then there's just a card that says to be, but these are all. I have another one here. That says
to be
working together.
Yeah.
To trust. Yeah, and to be.
To be. That's one of them.
Important part of friendship because you watch movies together.
That is a good point. Hey, I think
these are all really old. I used to have this.
Whoa, is that you?
Yeah, that's me with. This is me with, this is during the disheveled era is what I refer to it as. So
yeah, you're pretty clean cut these days.
Yeah, this was I had long hair and I'd never washed.
And I'm glad you wash these days.
Well, yeah, and I mean I sat at home alone all night long wondering why no one would talk to me, and I was like, wait a minute,
you need to wash.
I smell like shit.
Oh man,
but not really. But I mean, like, and I was an old punk rock guy and a punk rock man at that point in time. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
being dumb.
How it is.
Yeah,
I've been unwashed before.
Yeah, you've been unwashed. But you did it, so you can write up. You can have the Sharpie right there. You can write up your interesting. If you want to do something, you have your Instagram,
my Instagram,
or your TikTok account, whatever you want.
Yeah, they're all usually the same thing. It's my name,
which is spelled. Really
I just did the thing. I feel like I did the. Was it Michael Scott or somebody didn't know how to make a Z? I was about to do the @ symbol, and I'm like, wait a second, what am I doing? That's not an @ symbol. That is not an @ symbol.
That's not an @ symbol at all.
But it's okay.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
People get the point.
No one will know. Yeah.
I can't believe I just forgot how to make an @ symbol.
So, do you remember malls being like this?
Oh,
where you'd walk around and you'd like actually have some guy from Belgium walk up behind you and start whispering really sweet nothings in your ear, and you're like, I don't know if I can do this with him because
I didn't have that
this
experience.
Guy. There's his. That's his.
That's my @ If you wanna add me.
That's his @ for
FAFALIOS.
Yeah. All right, I'll put it over here in the pile along with sharing.
I thought you said you remember malls. Malls were pretty awesome.
They were especially when Jean-Claude Van Damme would come up.
Well, sure, but
do you think Jean-Claude Van Damme ever did like a martial arts special inside a mall?
I don't know about that. I think he's been a mega star too long to have done anything. Well, I don't know. Maybe
he has
early in
had
his
some
career.
tax issues. I'm pretty sure he's at least done one time. He's maybe in the start of his career, whether it was like working at like, and here it is, ready?
Oh, he's gonna do it. Oh, there it is. This is the scene. That's what I posted that screenshot today of him
Wolverine
kicking. He's very nice to this perch snatcher, I will say.
And the guy's glasses, like, you're not gonna get a lot done. Those aren't really protecting him from the sun.
I love that 1994 is so prominently featured in this movie because that's what we got. We got to talk about some 1994. One thing we got to talk about our drawing, right?
Yes, we got to talk about our drawing. I got to find.
I thought a Jean-Claude Van Damme related either a kick, like that, or a split.
There's the future guys.
The future guys are in the.
You know how you could tell they're from the future? Dusters.
What are dusters?
You don't know what a duster is?
Is that their jackets?
Yeah, their jacket. The long jacket.
I always refer to them as trench coats. What's the difference between a trench coat?
Dusters are leather.
Oh, okay.
So that's like if you got a leather jacket that's longer than like your knees.
All right.
That's a duster.
Okay.
And you automatically are into nothing but trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not gonna do anything.
Nothing good.
Yeah, no good people don't wear
chaos.
Dusters.
Pure chaos if you're wearing one of those.
There's a joke on Always Sunny. There's always a duster. Always Sunny. So we're gonna do a Jean-Claude Van Damme kicking something.
A kicking or a split, whatever you think would be a cooler.
It would be funny if So I was thinking I'll probably put myself doing a Jean-Claude.
Yeah, let's do
Van Damme kick, but maybe I'll kick.
What are you gonna? You're gonna kick something.
I'll kick a robot in the face.
A robot.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, that's
could it have a haircut like one of those guys, maybe?
Or just
a duster?
Well, I mean, a duster's gonna be hard to draw.
Okay.
Like a duster's the most hard thing to draw, I feel, ever. But anything's to draw. A duster.
All right, we don't have to draw a duster.
Well, I mean, we can, but there's the sex scene. This is also.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I feel this was something that you could only find in 1994.
It's such an unnecessary sex scene.
Because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. You get to see Jean-Claude Van Damme's butt a little bit.
Yeah, and then that's it. And then also there's also the candles. Like
it's a romantic sex scene.
So he had time because it's still light outside too. So mind you, they left him home. It was still light outside. This is what I was thinking about last night. So he had time. They went home. Mm-hmm. They were making out. Yeah. They stopped to light 25 fucking candles.
Okay, right.
Put up the shady curtains.
Mm-hmm. Leave them open.
Then make love.
Yes.
Sweet love.
Uh-huh.
And then they had time to light up. Like, why would you just not?
One of the big reveals here, by the way, which I think this would be funny if this was the intention. One of the big reveals is that she's pregnant.
Yeah. Well, she gets murdered before she's pregnant.
Yeah, but she was about to tell him that she was already pregnant, though.
Yes.
She was going to tell him. She's like, I got something to tell you, but he had to go.
Yeah. Do you think that she was going to tell him at the mall?
Not at the mall.
Okay. So.
But what I think is funny, it would have been if Jean-Claude Van Damme had anything to do with writing this movie and the logic of it. It would be awesome if she had just gotten pregnant right there, and she knew.
And she was like, "Well, she plays. You know what? She plays. I think she actually might be in like a Dune movie. I think right. So there's something. She was in something else too that made her like. So I'm starting to draw. Do you want to draw? Do you want to draw the robot?
Okay.
Do you draw? I don't know.
I'm a pretty average drawer.
Okay,
I'm not you, but
you can have that pencil, or you can have any one of these other pencils here.
Yeah, I mean, if I can draw light and kind of sketch it out. So as you're drawing there, is this what am I seeing right now? Just so I know where to put mine.
So what you're seeing? Okay, so I'm doing here. So this will be like the hips.
Okay.
Okay, and this will be the body. So the leg would come.
Okay, so
I'm gonna do the
where should the robot's head be about for?
Well, we're
for
gonna have him like kind of. We're gonna do him right here, and he's just gonna kind of.
Okay.
Like right there.
Okay.
Is that a good sketch out? Like kind of do that, and then you
can
do. You can
I just know. I need ballpark of where a robot can
come
also into
adjust.
play. All right.
So we can go.
I like to draw. I'm very bad at painting.
All right.
Like I know we're not painting, we're drawing. But what's funny is like a couple weeks ago, Marquette, my girlfriend, we come to Toads together. I didn't know about this like trend on TikTok and stuff where it was like a couple will like paint each other but not show each other the paintings.
Oh yeah.
And
that's always a bad idea.
Yeah.
That's always a terrible
they're pretty
idea.
funny videos. Like
they're funny, but like I remember one time I was dating this girl and she asked me to draw her, and I don't necessarily have the most traditional drawing method in a lot of ways. So when I drew her the way I like to draw things, and she was very offended by it and said that I did not make her look beautiful and all of that. I was like,
well, that's what's funny about it. Yeah, she laughed about the fact that in my painting, because I don't know how to paint, I did like an outline in black.
Okay,
that's like if you would draw, you would do that. But
that's how I paint.
Okay, so it's not that weird to do that, right?
No, I mean, you typically, like people, whenever they paint, they have different, but you're basically painting is drawing.
Yeah, right.
You're just drawing with more of a bigger paintbrush, bigger pencil.
You think it's okay for my robot to be facing forward?
Is that how you want your robot to face?
Yeah, I mean, I just think that I could do a better face on my robot that way than looking towards.
Yeah, I always do face forward stuff because it's just easier to draw that way.
Yeah.
Because you do like a sideways view and it doesn't make it look very.
I'm trying to think about how I want my robot to.
I have a robot source on my arm somewhere if you want to look at it.
That's a pretty good robot.
That's why I have them there. If I ever need to remember how to draw a robot, I'm like, oh, look at my arm. So
I'm gonna get it better.
They blew up the house.
Mm-hmm.
That was the future guys.
Yeah, they came back to 1994 to blow up the house.
Because he is going to stop the senator in the future
from becoming rich and powerful. And also, do you think, look, I know you're like-minded to me, but it seemed like they are making the bad guys out to be like people we would think are bad guys. And I started thinking, is Jean-Claude Van Damme part of the resistance?
Well, he could be, but I don't know.
I know that most of those action stars were not.
Well, I think he's Belgium too, so you figure he's like
Belgian boy.
Yeah, you figure he's like, is he Belgian? Yeah, he's Belgian.
He's Belgian. Yep. He's what do they call him? The Belgian something. They call him
because he was like a professional fighter for like.
They call him the muscles from Brussels.
Yes,
that's what it is.
Yes. My drawing is not turning out as well as I thought it would, but it's all right. I'll make it work. So, so like, now this is the guy. This is where you first see the example. So the house blew up,
right?
And it cuts to 1920s.
And don't get your head too bunched up. This was Jean-Claude Van Damme's former partner, who is now helping the bad guy.
Yes, yeah. You're right.
Yeah, it's like, why? Why did it need to be his former partner?
Because then he has to show interest in why Jean-Claude Van Damme wants to do it other than just his job.
Okay.
Because you're kind of being like, maybe this is like the ultimate betrayal, and that's where he figures out about the senator.
Yeah.
Because this is where he finds out about the senator does all thing. And there's also this fight with this guy that says something about how he's a boxer, how he fought somebody and so on a bus or something like that, and like Jean-Claude just like turns around and kicks him in the face.
Right.
I think this was the one. No, that's Universal Soldier is the one where he like hurts somebody. He like actually breaks somebody's he actually like damaged somebody permanently, and they sued him.
Wow.
And he was like in a lot of trouble for a while, but it was all right. I think that's kind of the reason why we may have actually seen him fight on a mall stage at some point in time, because he was I think he had some fair amount of. I know there was tax issues, and I also think there was a good bit of where he had to pay somebody else. Look at that. So like, and this is the thing too. Like, so and then here, watch. He's gonna do. Like, he's been hiding at his desk the whole time.
Yeah, this is what people listen to music on in 2004 or something.
Which is like, what was that?
It's some sort of like mini disc.
It was like a Vume.
There were things that existed like that.
Yeah,
at
I
some
remember
point.
those things.
Yeah, there was some sort of
singles.
cartridge.
Yeah, they were singles.
Singles, yeah.
Yeah, they were like, because they were like before, or they were like a little CDs inside of them. They like loaded into a machine.
Yep.
And you would just be like.
They tried to make those happen for like a week in the 90s.
Just like beta. Too. They tried to make those. I bet you that was probably part of the money they got for this movie was from the company that
whatever company was trying to make those things happen.
Yeah. Sorry, my head can now move down here. I should switch camera angles. And you have to see the thing about the camera angles is you have to have it on this thing. You can't have it on the Facebook without having. You can't switch the camera angles if you're on the Facebook. Okay. Which that always throws me off. Because I always want to look at Facebook, so I always have to watch Facebook from my phone.
Okay.
Marique just said something.
Who said something?
Marique just said something. She said that she loves this movie. Does she really love this movie, or is she just saying that?
Oh, Marquise.
Marquise. Yes.
You could get something in. You could get something in Happy Meals. She's saying.
What?
I don't know.
Okay. Makes sense. All right. So, all right. So now he's.
Oh, she was talking about the mini disc things. You could get those in Happy Meals at some point.
Okay. All right, that's what we're... Okay, that makes sense now. All right, you could. And there was like a song. Do you remember like McDonald's had like a song? They would have like a song that was a McDonald's song.
Okay.
I think you could listen to Pete and Pete that way.
The Polaris song?
Yeah, I think you could list that.
Whoa.
Yeah, I think that may be a case.
That might be an eBay search.
Yes, that would be an eBay search.
That would be a pretty...
She agreed, yes. She said
yeah.
This guy. He's like, I got a big mustache. I'm right. Jonah Sullivan himself.
Right.
Oop. That guy's John Claude Van Damme. Now, see, I texted you about this last night. All his jackets are all, like, rolled up. If you look at this, every time he's wearing a jacket, he's wearing it with it's, like, up.
To show off those forearms, baby.
But then why is he wearing a jacket? Like currently right now, he has a long sleeve shirt on, an outer jacket, and both of them are bunched into a roll-up kind of thing.
Daisher, I warned you, don't try to make sense of this movie.
No.
Don't even the fashion choices.
These are the things that I think about. This is how I think about what I think about whenever I think about these movies. Because you think about and a vest. And he has a vest on.
Well, he got a bulletproof vest on. You better believe it.
No, that's just like a leather vest.
It saved him a lot of times in this movie, bulletproof vests. And at least twice a bulletproof vest saved him.
And then the other thing, too, here, right now. This guy is shooting up this whole area with a giant shotgun. Mm-hmm. How is that not changing the ripples in time? How is that not causing a bunch of ripples in time?
I mean, yeah, it would cause unlimited ripples. All these things.
All these things would be just terrible, terrible.
Frustrating.
And he doesn't ever grow a beard either, I've noticed.
He got a baby face. Jean-Claude Van Damme got a baby face.
So now he's going to take that bag of money back.
All he was doing was looking at the paper to see what stocks were doing the best and calling them into the senator.
Yeah, but I think he was like, he was calling into the senator. Well, he wasn't calling. Was the senator still alive at that point in time?
This is pre-senator. This is
okay. So, but the senator traveled back with this guy. Do you think?
I don't know. Yeah, in some way, yeah.
Do you think he's like winning? Is he like getting the money, cashing it in, and then just like hiding it out, and then like coming back and telling the senator, "Hey, I put it in that cupboard over there."
No, I think that he's investing in these things, and some way or another getting those investments to his ancestors, to the senator's ancestors, his grandparents or something, making him ultra wealthy for when he exists. But
so wait. Okay, so you're saying that this guy here
Yes, his bad guy,
the
former
bad
partner.
guy cop, okay, is going to take the what he. So if he was going to be there, he'd be there for a period of time.
Look, I'm telling you this.
So you're just saying.
He has a USA Today from current day, 1994.
Yes, yeah.
And now he has a newspaper he took
Yes.
back from current day where he's at, the 20s or 30s or whatever.
Yes.
He's comparing the New York Stock Exchange and being like, oh damn,
I know.
buy this stock.
But
and then
how is he going to make money? Like, that's why. Other than you're saying he's finding somebody's relatives,
yes,
and then
the
that's a very elaborate
the problem.
plan.
I know the problem in logic is now imagine that guy's dad or grandfather or whatever
doesn't want the thing.
Well, maybe he's rich because of that. Maybe he doesn't have the kids. Maybe he's like, I'm just going to party for.
Oh my! Wow.
Like the butterfly effect.
Wow.
Don't try to make sense of this movie. I'm warning you.
Okay, so wow, I didn't think about that.
Like I don't know.
So,
maybe you'd have 50 kids. I don't know.
So, well, then also too, then you think about maybe the guy that is the senator that is trying to get the money. He may not want to be the senator because he came from wealth.
Why would he want to be senator?
Oh, there's so many elements.
Yeah.
This movie doesn't make sense at all. So how's your robot coming?
Pretty good so far.
Okay.
I'm trying to make it very robotic, except the hair, and I want it to have very human eyes, if possible.
Why do you want to have a human eye? So I feel bad.
To give it a soul. To give it a little bit. To give it a little bit of a soul.
I'm gonna kick it like right here in the neck area.
Have you thought at all about what your top 5 movies from 1994 are?
Well, Pulp Fiction definitely is on there. I was trying to think of other ones.
I think that's on both of ours.
Yeah.
I have a little list.
Okay.
I have a little list of what I think are the honorable mentions.
Okay.
And then I think I know what my top 5 are.
Okay.
So, honorable mentions.
All right. Of movies
of 1994.
Okay.
And some of these are pretty deep cuts.
Okay.
What did you ever see Trapped in Paradise?
No.
It's Nicolas Cage, Dana Carvey,
Yes.
and John Lovitz.
Yes. Okay.
And they're like 3 brothers who are robbing a
Yes.
church in a small town
Yes.
during Christmas time.
Yes. It was like a holiday movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do remember that. I don't think I've sat through that.
I'm just giving it. It might be the 30th best movie of
Okay.
1994. Okay.
Okay.
So that's one of my honorable mentions. How about Junior?
I remember Junior with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
I don't even know if I give that an honorable mention. I just had to bring that movie up because it's a very strange concept for a movie. Arnold Schwarzenegger is pregnant.
Well, no, Arnold Schwarzenegger is pregnant with Danny DeVito's baby, right? Or is it?
I don't. Ooh, really?
I thought it was like that.
Are you?
Was Twins that same year though? Twins was the year before.
Yeah, I don't know what year. Twins is not 94.
Not 94. Okay.
Or is Danny DeVito in Junior too?
I think so.
Oh,
I thought so. I thought I remember him being in it. He was like, or is that? Wait, is that Danny DeVito? Yeah. We're on a commercial break too, so from Time Cop, so it's kind of fun. So now I have this guy. He's gonna kind of just. I don't want to draw over your drawing.
This is just. I haven't filled anything in yet, so feel free to draw over if you need to.
He's kicking him right like that.
We're doing pencil.
Yeah, we're doing pencil, and it's gonna be like a wham. The big sugar foot. I don't know what that means.
A big sugar foot.
A big sugar foot. There is there's the thing about Tubi. I've realized as Tubi goes on, and this is just because we are watching Time Cop on Tubi, and it's not a criticism of Tubi at all. And I'm glad that they're a free service and blah blah blah. But like, if you watch it more ads you get.
Is that true?
Yeah, like so they like basically the algorithm is as you watch more, they kind of start advertising more, and I think
they reel you in.
Yeah, so I think that like unfortunately because I'm using Tubi a lot for different things, that it just kind of ends up being, and I have to watch a lot more ads because we're still on. Who's this guy? Oh, that's another president guy. Okay. Or whatever, senator.
I don't think that guy's. I don't know who that guy is, but I don't think he's a presidential candidate.
No, what does he do? He's he's probably some guy. They were talking to me about running for office recently.
Running for office?
Yeah.
What office?
A Democratic, like local senator, something like that.
A state senator?
State senator, yeah. I was like...
Who talked to you about that?
The Democratic National Party.
Wow.
I was like, oh, that's a bad idea.
Why did they think that were interested in that?
Actually, one of the people that's going to be coming on the show that is coming up, my friend Will, He actually works for them, and he was one of the people who asked me about it. And I mean, I'm politically, I have a very liberal political leaning. I would say that.
Yeah.
But I'm not Democratic by any means.
Right.
I'm not a Democrat.
You're like me.
Yeah. But that I think the whole thing with it was they just wanted to get somebody that was not that person. Kind of, you know what I mean, kind of deal, and it just kind of would have. I don't know. They were talking. They said, "I think it'd be a great one. I think you'd be good at it." And I was looking. I thought about it for a minute or two. I really did. I was dating that girl at that point in time, and we were talking about it. And I was like, "Do you want to be a like? Do you want to deal with politics? Because we'd have to deal with we'd have to run for office." And I don't know. I mean, and that's the thing. It was a big enough area that I don't think I would have been comfortable with it.
The thing that sucks about if you get into politics for the right reason to try to make things better, the thing that sucks about politics is no matter what you do, at least half the people are gonna hate you.
Yeah.
That 100%. Sucks.
Yeah. No.
Even if you just want to do what's best for the place you're from or the people, or
that's one of the things with making art too is I try to do public art, and there's always
you got haters.
Always people hate it,
Jeez.
And I always try to get it to the I'm terrible at that. I try to always appease everybody, but I just can't. I guess at some point in time
with art, you definitely can't do that.
Yeah. So I mean, you don't like it. You don't like it. It's all right. I know it's okay.
I like it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. But that was nice too. That lady that came up and talked to us right before we started the whole thing today.
Yeah.
The lady was talking about plants.
Yeah.
She was pretty cool. And that's and those are little things that I like that when people will come up and talk to you about stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's the thing. One of the things too that I think was talking with PJ. You were in a band when you were a kid that did pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
And you had to deal with that kind of stuff for a while in your life, of people recognizing you were being at shows or whatever, and people, and that's just kind of one of those weird things that happens sometimes. If I'm making sense at all.
Yeah, that lady came out of nowhere to talk about plants.
Yeah, and she was not going to leave.
Yeah, I love how you shut her down. So you were having a conversation with her for so long, then you were just like, my dog got to pee. I'll see you later.
Well, no, because it was time we had to go do stuff, but I just kind of realized that at some point in time she was gonna keep talking, and I was gonna have to be like, you want to come join the podcast? But she may have been a really good time on the podcast.
Yeah,
I don't know, but she said she was 70 years old.
Yeah, she loved plants.
She loves plants, and she had she was trying to see if she had plants that were better than mine, which I think they all were. All her plants that she had seemed pretty great. And then, that's how I got that cactus tree. It's in the background there, if you can see it. Some old guy had it posted on Facebook, and he was like, "Do you want it?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "What are you gonna do with it?" And I'm like, "I won't sell it, and I'm just gonna use it for I want to display it in my studio." And he was like, "Cool, you can have it." And so I have this 59-year-old cactus tree. It's been around multiple places. It's been in 9 states, I think is what it was.
You say it's 59 years old?
Uh-huh. Yep,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's nice. It's that big one. I just trimmed it recently. Nice. So it's that big one that's right behind us. Yeah.
I wanted to talk to you about some more movies from '94. Yeah. You ever see Milk Money?
Yes, with Molly Griffin.
Molly Griffin, who's that? Or Melanie Griffith.
Yes, Melanie Griffith.
Close.
Yes,
Melanie Griffith.
Yeah.
And Ed Harris.
Ed Harris, yes.
And then it was about
she was a prostitute?
Yeah, she was a prostitute.
Yeah, that raised his kid.
I don't know if she I don't think she raised him, but I think she taught his kid about sex.
Yeah, there was a lot of that was a thing in that day though for some reason. There was a lot of those weird movies that were kind of weird. The 90s didn't care.
Yeah.
Well, and then what else was that? I'm trying to think what else was in 94.
Okay, that's an honorable mention.
Okay.
For me.
Okay, what you I know you said Shawshank Redemption is
well, we'll get to that.
Okay,
I'm still on honorable mentions.
Okay.
Airheads.
That was okay with Brandon Fraser and Adam Sandler and Steve Buscemi.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's not that good when you watch it now. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that movie in a really long time.
It's fine. Reality Bites. How about Reality Bites?
Was that That's not Cameron Crowe though, correct?
That was. I don't know. It's as far as who stars in it. It's Winona Ryder.
Yeah.
And it's Ben Stiller.
Uh-huh.
And it's Ethan Hawke. And what's so funny about that movie that I've talked about a lot with my friends is you're supposed to not like Ben Stiller because he's corporate.
Yeah.
But he just wants to help Winona Ryder out, like with her career. He's like being real nice. He's like a real good guy.
He's like a good dude.
Yeah. But Ethan Hawke is real like.
He's a deadbeat.
He's 90s grunge, and he's like real shitty.
Yeah.
But you're supposed to like root for him, and in the end, she goes to him.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to think of like Ben Stiller's like he's the sellout or whatever. But when you watch it in modern days, you're like, Ben Stiller's like really nice.
He's a nice guy. Like, he just cares. He just wants to be like he wants. You know, I always like. Do you ever watch Community? The show Community.
It's one of my favorite shows ever.
I always like. There's one part where Troy is discussing, or they give him. Or it's Ovid's dream, and they give him truth serum or something like that, and he talks about how he likes to watch women in pajamas because they just look like they're comfortable. He doesn't want to see them in sexy lingerie. He wants to see them in pajamas because they're more comfortable. I feel the same way about things a lot of times.
Yeah, I think I agree with that.
Okay, so now it's time to get some color. So we get some color and do some.
My legs are terrible.
Why? What do you mean?
I don't know about these legs. I was trying to do something weird with the legs, and I think.
So what are you trying to do? What were you trying to do with them?
I don't know. I was trying to make them like, robots sometimes have like the long, they look.
Yeah, like the diagonal, like kind of like these guys.
Yeah.
So it's just basically what you do is you just draw like little sections.
Yeah.
So that's how I would do it. Like, so you just do the little sections.
Right.
And it's just kind of, and then that would be.
I guess they'll end up being okay.
Yeah, and then you just gotta color that in.
All right.
Yeah, so we'll go get the markers.
Okay.
Everybody's here. I'll go grab some markers.
All right.
I just bring a box over, typically. The last time we did this, though, we accidentally paused the movie for a good while.
Okay.
So we gotta just be more careful that we don't do that.
Well, how would we pause the movie with markers?
The remote was sitting on top of it, and I just added down on top of it.
We'll make sure not to do that.
Yeah. So what color do you want to start out with?
I guess black.
So you're gonna do an outline?
I mean, should I not?
What I typically do is how I would do this. I'll do the coloring in of all this.
Okay.
Like the coloring of everything that I want to color.
Okay.
And then I'll outline in black.
All right, I'll do it that way.
So that
I want to learn something new today.
Yeah. So you're not doing. So you're gonna do. What color do you want for the?
How about it is there like a silver or like a gray, like a robotish?
Gray in here. This is the fun part about. So there's like. I've also gotten here. There's a gray right here.
Okay.
That's a good dark gray.
Okay.
And
I'll use this as like. So, but when you're talking about like if I want to do these sections in the legs, I shouldn't do the gray first, or should I do?
What are you going to do the gray for? You're going to do the gray on the body?
I'm going to do the gray on like his face.
Yeah, just like color in what you have that's pencil, that's not, and then you kind of just go.
Okay.
So see how I'm going. So like I'm basically going to color in here.
Oh, okay.
And this is like ink marker, it's like alcohol marker, so it's not.
I got you.
It doesn't have to be like.
I got you. Oh, that's you have two ends of these, right?
Yeah, there's double-sided on each of them. So there's the car.
I love what they thought 2004 cars were going to be.
They just strapped a bunch of stuff on top of another car. And it's and the fun thing about drawing is you just kind of get to do it. I mean, it's not too.
Yeah, I'm not getting too crazy, too upset about it or too whatever, but.
Some people just don't. They don't like they they're just like, oh, I don't want to draw because I'm scared to do it. It's like, why?
Scared to draw?
Yeah, people because like at some point in time, someone told them when they were younger that they're terrible at drawing.
That's a terrible thing to tell somebody.
And that is, but that's what happens. Is people get told when they're.
I mean, even if I draw something completely not good, I'm like, I don't regret doing it. I'm just like, okay.
Well, I think part of the thing with drawing too is that people, when they think about drawing, you just have to throw away the paper. You can't go back to it. You know what I mean? You can't, like when you paint, you can go over top of paint. I'm trying to find another flesh color. I can't find one. But with drawing, you're kind of just stuck, and that's what I didn't want to happen. All right. I do dumb stuff like leave all the freaking flesh tone markers all the way at the bottom of the thing, which is dumb. I use flesh color a lot. But yeah, so like that's like the thing about drawing is it's just kind of. I use it very much as like it's how I kind of do my sketching and how I do all my kind of design work is through drawing,
Yeah.
So, and as you can see all around here, you know what I mean. But like people were told that like that their drawings are bad or whatever when they were younger, and that's just kind of feeds with them, I think, and just sticks with them, so they get scared of drawing. That makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, that's a shame.
Yeah.
I love drawing.
I used to do like therapy with people, and you talk to them about, when I was a therapist, you talked about what they would want to draw, and they would never want to, I'm not an artist, I can't draw. Well, you just don't know how, it's not the same thing as, you don't have to be perfect. Right. Here's another gray if you want.
Okay,
gray.
Cool.
And here's another gray too if you would like another gray. I think it's dark gray and lighter grays.
Yeah, I went with this one, so I'm just rolling with it at this point.
I got some tan here.
What are these type of markers that we're using?
They're alcohol markers.
Alcohol markers.
They're nice because you can layer them a lot too. So you can kind of just do.
They're a lot more like paint than a normal, like what I would use.
Yeah, I guess that would be true. Yeah, so I like them because they're very. You can layer them a lot, and you can just kind of give them. I do them a lot when I'm working on like my flowers, when I draw big groups of flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Problem is they die really quickly.
Yeah.
But you can put the lid back. That's the thing. Like you put the lid back on, and they'll eventually kind of because like the alcohol in them is still in there a little bit. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, these are neat. I haven't really used these before. I mean, I feel like everything I've done with markers is just Sharpies. It's always Sharpies.
Well, yeah, Sharpies are the go-to most.
Do you think Sharpies are the gold standard?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I still use Sharpies. I have a Sharpie right there.
There's nothing like a new Sharpie.
No, that's the thing. My problem with, like, anytime I use stuff like that, for me, like this stuff here. So these markers I probably bought 2 weeks ago. I've probably done 15, 20 drawings out of them, and I'll probably throw them away.
Yeah,
because they're just like, at this point in time, they're not, and they're working, but they're like starting to get a little diluted down and not working as much. So it doesn't. I go through these things so much. I always think about like giving them back. There's this place up the street that would take them, but they're not usable. Because there's nothing to them.
Right.
So I'm drawing this foot, kicking in the face. How's your marker coming along?
It's pretty good. Okay. I think I can at least finish that.
So he kicked that guy twice. That's that guy right there. That I think that's the no. Wait, that's the guy from Walker Texas Ranger. He's actually not. He's an Indian guy. I think he's actually not Asian, which is kind of strange that he's on this show as a guy from the future. That's the guy from the future. What?
This is where Jean-Claude gets attacked in his apartment.
In his apartment by the guys. By the senator.
Oh right, yeah.
Or no, is that the senator? No.
I feel like the senator ends up showing up at some point.
Okay, and just to kind of hang out. Oh, there he's split over the thing. Luckily, he can do that.
Mm-hmm.
If he couldn't do that, he would be dead right now.
If he couldn't do it, if he couldn't do a complete split.
If he could not, and I'm sure that's like when he was being trained in. I'm gonna put these in blue. I'm gonna take these and put these over here towards you, so you can use them more. Okay. But I'm sure if he did not have that ability to do that split.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at this point in time in his life, he would have been dead. Because, I mean, you just saw him do the split to avoid the electrocution while he's sweaty, because he can't grab a hold of something. Look how sweaty he is.
I mean, dude, the problem with time travel is like, okay, say he does get killed there.
Yeah.
But other people have access to time travel. Couldn't the guy who's like in charge of the place go back and save him or something? Or
well, yeah. Yeah, in theory, that's the biggest issues with time travel.
That's where it gets.
The way to go back.
That's where it becomes a mess, I think.
Well, and that's like the thing. I think that's when you go sideways.
Yeah.
When you think about it too much.
And I guess I don't see how time travel could ever exist.
Well, you don't think it could ever exist? I think eventually we'll figure. I think it won't be. I don't think it'll be time travel. I think it'll be like traveling between zones and worlds. Like, you know what I mean? Like multiverse stuff. Like it's going to be traveling like to like another time zone where like you and I are different people, but only the same.
You talking about some Rick and Morty shit?
Yeah.
I don't know if I.
Because I mean that is the more probable. I would say probably more actual.
I don't know. I don't know what I.
All I know, I'm wearing these blue jeans.
You putting some blue. There you go.
Kicking you on the face. Look at my crotch. Because that's what Jean-Claude Van Damme does. He knows that the best athletic apparel is a very tight pair of blue jeans with a belt. And this is still going. So we're still here, and that's like And this is the other thing too. Like I said, now we're on 2 commercials of 6. So
that's a lot.
Yeah. So every time you watch Tubi, I find I use it a lot. I watch Tubi an awful lot, and it does do.
You get what you pay.
I'm going back over here. We're gonna look at this angle, and it does do that. So we're gonna watch it now. See.
But with Tubi, do you like to watch riff tracks or old Mystery Science Theater?
I do like those old Mystery Science Theater things. Yes, I do. Do you remember when that show was on? Like when it first came out? When it was just Joe and them? When it was just the original puppets?
So I watched it I started watching it like in its revival probably in the late 90s.
Okay.
They were already like older episodes. I'm a big Mike Nelson fan.
Yes, yeah.
And Joel was like, I was like, who's this guy? And when in actuality it was Joel's the one who started it. And
Joel wrote most of. I think Joel was also Crow at one point in time.
You know, it's messed up. Like if I put one on, like on Tubi or something, and it's Joel, I turn it off. I know that's messed up, but I'm such a Mike Nelson guy.
Yeah, I did. Did you like the one that they did for Netflix? The one that they did with
Jonah Ray.
Yeah, Jonah Ray. I like Jonah Ray.
I thought it was pretty good because they did Mac and Me.
Yeah,
and Mac and Me was so funny.
Mac and Me is a terrible movie. Was that 94? When was that made?
I think that's pre-94. Speaking of 94.
Speaking of 94, that's a good tie-in.
I as far as this one did not make my top 5.
Okay.
And this is going to be controversial because I'd like to know if it was in your top 5 from 94. Clerks.
I never like Clerks. I mean, it would definitely not be in my top 5. I think of like top 5, and that's definitely not in my top 5.
I loved it at the time. And now when I watch it, it does not hold up too well.
No, it does not hold up. I mean, most Kevin Smith stuff doesn't really hold up very well. I mean, and anything he's done since then has been pretty crappy. I mean, like he does that comic book show. It's like a reality show. Where he owns like a comic book store in New Jersey, and it's very much about that. That's okay. I never really liked I think Dogma was one of the ones I liked.
Dogma was alright. Yeah, I mean,
I don't know about that. Would not be on my top. That would not be at all.
How do you feel now? This one's probably going to be just on the outskirts of my top 5.
Okay.
Natural Born Killers.
I don't like Oliver Stone.
Okay.
That would not be on my top at all. Like, and I mean because I never liked Oliver Stone. My issues with Oliver Stone as a filmmaker is that he just it's just look how much I can do. Like how much I can push and keep making over the top things. It doesn't necessarily make a better movie.
It's not understated at all.
Yeah,
because you know who my favorite, who I think my favorite. I mean, I love P.T. Anderson, but also who I think maybe is my favorite is Sofia Coppola, because I love Lost in Translation.
Yeah,
I love Marie Antoinette.
Yeah.
I don't know if you probably haven't seen Priscilla yet, have you?
Yeah.
You saw Priscilla?
Yes, I did.
Like, I just think those movies are so, like, they look so amazing and they're so, like, understated artistically or whatever. And
well, I think it's kind of her motif is that kind of understated, kind of like like underdeveloped kind of look to everything that she does. Not like it's well developed, but her aesthetic is kind of a lo-fi.
Yeah, it's so cool. I always love the music she chooses. I always love
she does have good music taste.
I always love how you feel like you're there or something. Like she like highlights the like little moments or something. Like in that Priscilla movie, you know, she shows up to Elvis's place and there's like a scene of her like of her like feeling the carpet on her feet at this fancy place that Elvis lives in.
Well, that's what I like about her. She focuses a lot on the little things in the world. You know what I mean? She doesn't necessarily, and that's what I think when you talk about you being there, like when you're part of it, I think that's one of the things that she. Here's a warm gray too, if you want to look.
Okay.
Because she makes those. You focus on the feet doing. And that's like you're part of the thing. What are you looking for? There you go.
Okay. Are you using this?
Very good.
Or do you already use this? Do you have like a darker blue?
Alright.
There we go.
So I'm looking for a black right now. So wait, what's going on in the movie? So this. Look at that.
Oh, this woman too. I didn't understand her whole story.
And this the chick. That is actually the chick from the Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger, where he's like where they like steal his daughter.
Okay.
And he goes there, and it's where he puts that big gun up over his shoulder. And here, can you move that over there? And the whole time, the guy's wearing chainmail. The whole community. You know, that's like 84, I think. That's maybe the two early. But she's actually that person. She's like the female lead in that. Alongside Alyssa Milano, who is in that movie. Yeah, she's his daughter. Yeah. So
I was a big Alyssa Milano fan as a kid.
Yeah. So what do you think about Who's Your Boss? Like, what's your thoughts on that
Who's
show?
the Boss?
Who's the Boss, yeah.
I liked it as a kid.
Okay.
I haven't watched it in a long time, but that's why I loved Alyssa Milano. She was like, whatever, my age, maybe a few years older. She's the first girl I ever had a poster of in my room.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I remember that one time we went to Kmart, I think it was, and I was trying to buy a Samantha Fox record, which was kind of embarrassing. But I remember my dad was like, "You can't buy that," and I was like, "Why?" He goes, "Because she's a pornography star." And I was like, "How do you know?" And it turned out,
I forgot that about her.
Yeah, she was a British porn star, and she actually was actively working in that field when she was a musician as well. I think she still actively works. I don't know.
Wow. I want to have some fun.
Commando was my top 5 back in the day, he says. Commando was his top 5. Annabelle Lee popped in. She said, "Just popped in. What you guys drawing?" We're drawing me kung fu fighting a robot that Chris is drawing.
All right, so let's talk top 5.
Okay.
I haven't watched it in a while, but I can't help but put it in my top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe at number 5, Cabin Boy. Do you remember Cabin Boy?
I do remember Cabin Boy.
Chris Elliott. Yeah.
Phil Hartman.
David Letterman was in it.
Yes. That would be... Nah.
Weird ass movie.
Yeah, a weird ass movie. But it was a great movie. It was such a good movie.
You know, I've never done it, but there's always been a rumor that Ween's The Mollusk goes along with Cabin Boy.
Really?
The way that Led Zeppelin, the Pink Floyd goes along with... Yeah. That if you start the Ween's The Mollusk at the beginning of Cabin Boy, and if that's true, that's so incredible.
That saves the movie. So, I also feel in another movie from 1994, which is Stargate, which would definitely be on my list. I think
never seen it.
You've never seen Stargate?
Mm-mm.
That's definitely on there. I think it's definitely 94. But
it is. I saw it on there.
Okay, and they used the same. I feel that they had the sets from Stargate left over when they were making this movie, and they were like, "Hey, that's a time traveling set. Let's make that look a little bit fancier, and we'll just use the same set from Stargate. Save money, you know? Or maybe this was first, and they were like, we built this crappy. Also, the computers.
Yeah,
and then and she doesn't have a bra on.
Yeah, why would she?
Yeah, I mean, you think that was like him like saying at some point in time, like, guys, we should, in time travel, maybe you can't wear a bra during time travel.
That's a possibility.
Does he have a belt? But
I think you can wear whatever you want.
Look again, Chris. I'd like to point out to you that he is wearing a vest, a long sleeve shirt, and an undershirt.
Yeah,
and they're tucked up. But hers are tucked up. Look, maybe it's a
uniform
choice.
It is the uniform.
Okay, but maybe that's why he wears his jacket like that too.
Yeah,
because he's just used to it all the time.
I think that might be the case.
Can you give me another black that's not dying on me, please?
This one?
No, it's not black.
Oh,
it will say
where's it say?
It would just be like this.
Cool gray.
It's cool. This will good. Cool.
Okay.
It's close black.
Can I take a pee break?
Yeah, go ahead.
Where is it back there?
Yeah, so around the corner, and then you'll see it's the room with the toilet in it and all the flowers on the wall. So he's gonna go take a pee break. I'm gonna switch over. So, there's a lot of I don't understand why they have to wear the vests. Do they have they have a badge. That's an interesting thing. But yeah, that's the girl from Commando. Are anybody else watching this movie? Chris had to go to the bathroom. Good comments. Yes. Man, we're drawing I'm kung fu fighting a robot that Chris drew. Dora is standing down here very adamantly looking. I'm drawing fingers right now. You can see it. If I go over here. Oh, that's the wrong button. Fucking hell. There, I'm drawing this finger right here. So we're going to draw this finger. Chris drew that robot over there. You can see. I don't know if she don't want to finish it. That's all right. He's not used to drawing. Dora, where are you going, buddy? Then we have over here. And Jean-Claude Van Damme is now... Oh, they're on a counterfeiting mission. That's strange. So they have some sort of counterfeiting mission going on here with Jean-Claude Van Damme. And he's trying to solve the problem, I think, if I remember right. But he's back in time to catch the senator who is... Yeah, there's the senator. Okay, so... I'm gonna update Chris on what's going on here. Chris, they're traveling back. They've traveled back in time.
Right.
They were wet. They're now dry.
Okay.
This guy here is now. So this may be where they tell you how he plans on getting the money from for the past or the future.
Yeah, he has some sort of chemical plant or no chips. It's computer chips.
Okay.
That he at some point in his life, the bad guy decided, hey, I'll take the buyout of this computer chip company, but the future bad guy comes and says, don't take that money. It's going to be worth billions of dollars. Don't take that buyout, because at the time,
this is time travel. All right.
Yeah.
So, what? I think I might have walked away from this part of the movie. So that's the older one of him? That's older.
You don't know that the younger bad guy and the older bad guy are in the same room together. Yes, that's how...
I thought they would destroy each other.
That's how... Spoiler alert, that's how it ends.
I know, but
Jean-Claude Van Damme throws the current day into the future version of the guy, and he turns into a gelatinous glob.
So they can't touch each other?
Right. They can't. It can be in the same room, they just can't touch each other. I love that someone came up with that plot point. That's
stick with that. Like,
that's the rule.
Yeah. Well, you know what it was? It was probably they had somebody just recently graduated as an intern from some sort of visual arts school or visual movie academy, and was like, "Listen, I have this really good gimmick where people like run into each other, and they look like they're melting together." And he was like, "That's it. We got to do this." So, all right. So your robot is getting kicked in the face.
Yeah. He does not happy about it.
Was he scared?
He doesn't like it.
But I mean, he's a robot. Couldn't he be like a practice robot, fighting robot?
He's kind of just a...
He's just a normal robot that I've just decided to beat up for no reason. Because I've been watching too much Dune, and I decided that the robot... so we gotta save this stuff for the Mad Lib part at the end. Yeah. We can't do too much. We talk too much.
Okay, more good movies from 1994
more
we
good
gotta
movies.
talk about.
All right.
Okay, here we go. Now we're starting to talk serious.
Okay.
A lot of people... Now, this is not in mine.
All right.
But a lot of people voted for Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, I would definitely say... I would comfortably agree that that's definitely on mine. I really like Dumb and Dumber. I think it is a movie that a lot of people don't seem to realize how fucking funny that movie is.
I think most people love it, in my experience. But I was... At the time, I just don't think I was, like, into it, and...
They pee themselves together while driving across the country. I mean, like, they're frozen together. It's hilarious. There's so many parts of that movie that are hilarious.
Yeah.
But okay. So all right. So what is yours? So what are yours?
How you feel about The Crow? The Crow soundtrack is sick.
The Crow soundtrack is it's 90s. Sick, but it's sick. But The Crow, I mean, what was The Crow? Oh, okay. The Crow.
Brandon Lee.
I know, but I mean, like, what was that the one that had the? So, do you want to know my association with The Crow?
Sure.
So, they say in The Crow at some point in time where they're talking about Devil's Night, and he says, that Lake Erie caught on fire once or something like that.
Okay.
So my friend Joey Rocket, other founding member of the Rocket Guild, and I, we spent a very long time looking up random Lake Erie facts.
Okay.
That anytime someone would mention Lake Erie, we would then proceed to tell them as many Lake Erie facts as we had together until one of us ran out. Which meant that, like, sometimes you would have to have like 15 to 20 Lake Erie facts. Like, I know that there was an artist in the 80s that used to develop film out of the water of Lake Erie. There was Like it wasn't the lake that actually caught on fire. It was the stream that leads to the lake that actually caught on fire, and like all these different things. So that was like that's my association with that movie, The Crow. Okay. We always started thinking of random Lake Erie facts. I'm sorry, that's not what you're looking. Oh, he just shot that guy. The future guy just shot his.
Oh yeah, the future bad guy. He's bad in every way.
So he's just not a nice guy at all.
He is a.
But he's going to be the senator.
Right.
Well, he would.
I mean, this movie.
He's burned his face. And Jean-Claude Van Damme just chopped that black guy. So, we're going to drawing. So, how's your roll coming?
I'm doing all right. I don't know what color to go on his duster.
On his duster? Well, I mean, typically a duster's black, but I mean, if you're going to be a robot, I would say like a nice red or blue one.
I got some red. I got red highlights on it.
We'll do a purple then. Do a purple like Prince.
Okay, I like that.
I want to do a big pink, like.
You got purple around?
There's
in here?
Purple in there somewhere. I see purple
I see purple right here.
Purple. Yeah, you can do like a purple thing, and then do you see how I did this here at the end, where after I colored it, I just drew the lines.
Okay.
And that's what makes it.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, it's a little trick.
That's what's up.
That's a little trick they don't teach you.
I have these little things that go across here. Maybe I'll make those yellow this.
So I would color the yellow first.
Okay.
Because that's going to be the lighter color is the one that you want to do first. So you want to do the yellow, and then you just got to watch that you don't run over it.
Okay.
There won't be that much bleeding because the nice thing about these markers, they don't bleed that much. And as they're bleeding.
Okay, you want to talk about some of the 1994 movies that are the very best?
Yeah, let's do it.
So
wait, we're not counting Dumb and Dumber as one of those? All right, I know.
Look. I'll give you Dumb and Dumber. Okay. Are we doing a collaborative list of top 5?
Well, I'm more thinking of like the movies that I watched a lot in 1994.
Right.
And then I would just say that if I agree with you or not. I did look. I did know that Dumb and Dumber was from '94. I knew that Stargate's from '94.
Stargate's not one I know, so I can't comment on Stargate.
You don't know Stargate? You've never seen Stargate?
No.
With Kurt Russell, where he's like his kid shot himself with a gun. It's his gun. He's all sad, and then he gets sent back in time.
It's another time one?
Well, it's not a time, it's space travel. So, like, he gets sent into, like, so they figure out that ancient Egypt is actually part of, was actually controlled by aliens that lived on another planet.
Okay.
And Kurt Russell's job is to go back and check us out. Goes back and checks out. His whole thing he's going to really do, he's supposed to destroy it because, he's Kurt Russell. Nobody fucks with Kurt Russell. And then he doesn't do it, and he befriends a little boy. Realizes that life's worth living, saves the world, future world. Well, not future world, dimensional world. Different, same timeline, different world, dimensionally.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so the Stargate was a dimensional thing. That's where I say time travel is going. Dimensions, not this mimbo jimbo, can't touch somebody, crap that they're doing on this one here. I'm saying,
yeah, all right,
dimensions. Like, we're going to dimensions into, like, dimensions into dimensions.
All right. I mean, I don't know. Stargate's not one of mine, but...
Okay.
Let's talk.
I mean, even after I explained it to you? Like how I explained it in-depthly? How in-depthly I explained the movie Stargate to you? You don't want to watch it?
If it's on Tubi, I'll check it out.
Did you hear what I said, though?
Yeah.
I was talking to you about how it was about this guy, Kurt Russell, down on his luck. In opening scene, when you meet him, he has a gun in his hand. He's going to shoot himself. But he doesn't because he has duty to his country.
Stargate.
I
don't know about that.
Eventually, they made a TV show with Richard Dean Anderson, who also played MacGyver.
Oh, I know Richard Dean.
Yeah, but he was in Stargate, the TV show. Which, I don't know if that started out with him. I don't think I've ever seen the TV show. Yeah. Have you ever seen the TV show?
Has anyone out there ever seen this TV show that Dasher's talking about that I never...
Oh, yeah. Tracers. He says Tracers is one of his favorite. One of Heather's favorite time shows, Tracers with Jerry. Was that Jerry Connell in that one? Or was that,
I remember
Sliders was Jerry O'Connell.
Okay, I remember this. I do remember that title.
So you're gonna do these are like fur.
Yeah, I think so, because that purple's so dark, and I was like, that's so dark.
You made a very good choice. Maybe I would go like a teal.
Okay.
Like a nice, like, I can see a teal color in there, like right down below.
Here?
That's a blue with the teal, right? Like, see that one?
Like that 61?
Yeah.
Or 46?
Or whatever it is.
This one?
Yeah, right there. That looks like a good color.
That purple is so dark, and I was like, I don't know about that.
That's what she said. I don't know if that works there.
Okay. Other good 94 movies.
Okay.
I mean, let's talk about the best of the best.
All right, okay.
So, a lot of people agreed, and I would say Shawshank Redemption.
I would agree. That's definitely a very, very amazing movie.
A lot of people would put that at number 1, I would say.
I don't know about that.
I wouldn't put it at number 1. I think it's too stacked of a year. I think it's pretty dark. It's pretty dark, but...
Okay, do you want to lighten it up? So you can go... There's like an emerald...
I'm
do a little bit of... Okay,
I'm just going to do this. I'll do like... I need something light, like yours. You have that light color there.
Do you want to use it?
Well, I don't want to use the same color as the jeans, but...
There's a nice blue in there. You could put the markers in there.
Yeah, how about this light one?
That's fine. I don't care. I just thought that green would look nice.
It's just so dark, you know?
Well, you got a contrast against the yellow, but I mean, I get you.
This looks like a nice light.
Okay. I bet you it's going to be kind of a little darky, too.
Oh. What's the lightest thing
the thing about these colors is that they trick you. And it's also, you can...
Like, that looks light.
But you can also... Yeah, but it depends on how you put it. Try it out. See what it's like.
Maybe I'll put it... I'll just do this. That's not bad.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
All right. And see, the nice thing about these markers, you can blend, and get a little bit else in the circle. That'd be good.
Shawshank, I don't know about the rewatchability of Shawshank. That's
what are you talking about? Is you don't watch that every time it's on television? You're telling me that you tell me if you're like going like flipping through channels and you like, oh, TBS has Shawshank on, I don't know what to watch. I'm gonna put on Shawshank.
It's been so long since I've had TBS that I don't even It's
always on TBS. I can tell you that right now. It's always on TBS. For some reason, it is always on TBS. I will have it on the bar at any point in time, along with Law & Order Special Victims Unit.
Yeah, those are always on. I know. But, it would maybe. I think. Look, I think. I don't know what my number 5 is. I know my number 4 is probably Shawshank Redemption. Okay. My number 3 is going to be. It's going to cause all kind of controversy.
Okay. All right.
And I don't even know if you've seen this movie. But it's seriously one of my favorite movies ever. Legends of the Fall.
Yeah.
Brad
Pitt? Yeah, he's sexy as hell in that movie.
Dude.
He has a long hair. He has long hair. He's like riding a horse. There was a period of time where I had a list. So, ironic. There was a period of time. So, at one point in time when my child was first born, my ex-wife and I didn't have cable. And the only thing we had were a bunch of videos from Rick's Video that were all from like 1994.
Okay.
And one of them was Legends of the Fall. I think I still have a copy of Legends of the Fall on VHS. He looked so good in that movie.
Dude, I would say if you don't think Brad Pitt is like the hottest guy ever, watch Legends of the Fall and try to make that argument.
Because he's gorgeous in that movie. And then it has the it's also really, really long.
And really, really sad.
Yeah.
And
there's a lot of like Indians, like terrible Indian stuff in that movie. Oh.
His wife gets shot. Remember that part?
And his like kids die or something too. And
it's rough, but it's amazing.
It's a really good movie. Okay, I will give you that for definitely.
That would be my number 3. My number 2. No, my number 2 and number 1. Okay, these are.
What's your number 5? You didn't have a number 5. I'm not
with 5. I'm probably going when I look at my list here. At first, I said Cabin Boy, but then you kind of talked me out of it.
Why would I talk you out of Cabin Boy? Cabin Boy's a really good movie.
I mean, really good. I don't know.
I mean, it's other movies that came out that year, same year. Time Cop. Time Cop's not on your list.
Time Cop is not on my list.
But why? It has such a solid base in time travel.
I like it.
The man wears a vest the whole time. This guy here. This guy here is maybe bad, maybe not. Look at that guy.
No, he's good. He's a good guy. The guy that he's a friend. Believe me.
Oh yeah.
There were a lot of characters in this Time Cop movie where I was like, is he good? Is he bad?
Well, none of them are good because they're all in this movie.
At
some point in time, someone who was in this movie was just like, oh, now there's another 5 more ads.
Yeah.
One for Giant Eagle.
Okay.
Where do you shop for groceries? Where do your groceries?
You know, it's funny. I went to Giant Eagle's expensive.
It is.
I love Giant Eagle because their produce is awesome.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of good stuff. It's a nice shopping experience at Giant Eagle. It's just expensive. So once in a while, as a treat, I go to Giant Eagle. And I went to Giant Eagle. I got some nice fat asparagus.
Nice.
Some good sweet potatoes. Some good and then they had some stuff like I'm a pescatarian, so I get a lot of like frozen stuff, like meals or whatever, like vegetarian type stuff.
So you don't eat meat, or you don't? What do you?
I eat fish.
You don't
I
eat
eat
meat.
salmon. I don't eat beef. I don't eat pork. I don't. So they had a lot of like on sale good meal stuff there. I eat a lot of eggs. I don't like eggs. Really? Wow.
I've never liked eggs at any point in my life.
You're talking to the wrong guy.
So, like, how much eggs do you eat?
I eat 5 eggs a day in the morning for breakfast.
For breakfast? You eat 5 eggs a day?
I do. I've done it for like 20 years.
What kind of eggs?
I make an omelet, and I usually put some peppers in it, and I make a big old omelet in the morning.
Do you know what I had for breakfast today?
What's that?
There's a gas station that if you drive...
This already did not start good.
They have a guy there named Bubba.
Okay.
That cooks fresh pizza and fresh like Italian food every day.
You can't eat pizza for breakfast unless it's cold, I guess.
I had pizza for breakfast this morning.
Wow.
It was delicious.
What's your normal breakfast though? You're not eating pizza for breakfast every day.
I sometimes have a bowl of cereal.
All right, what kind?
I'm not like Cocoa Krispies. Something like that. You have to understand, like I'm like.
I mean, Cocoa Krispies is what I ate in high school.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
And I'll tell you, what always happened to me would be second or third period. I would get like this. I would get shaky because it would be like whatever the sugar rush ran out or whatever.
So the last girl I dated, Christina, she was very adamant about me like starting to take care of myself because I am older, and I mean I guess that's kind of a deal for her. And
take care of yourself.
Yeah. So she actually somehow talked me into stop drinking so much Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
And there went a weekend where I stopped. I got really sick at one point in time, and I stopped. I couldn't do anything for like a weekend, so I basically slept for like 10 days in a row, and then 2 days in a row. Not 10 days. It's too long. I didn't have mono. I just had like normal sickness. And then as I was sitting there, and I stopped drinking Coke. But what happened was I didn't realize that. So you think about like every Coke bottle is like
how many calories?
240 calories. All right, but that's my nutrients, because a lot of times I'll just drink Coke for most of my day, and like I don't realize it. I don't realize about it, and then like you have to understand too, like when I'm at if I'm at a mural site, if I'm doing work mural, if I'm here painting, or if I'm working or whatever, I don't realize I don't eat. I never get hungry.
The caffeine of the Coke is what is
well,
keeping
it's just
you going?
I'm just ADHD. Like
yeah. About coffee. What about coffee?
I don't like coffee. The reason I don't like coffee is because when I was...
Not that I'm not like a crazy fan of coffee, but still, that would be what I would ask. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and that's why and she, and I stopped drinking it for a while, but then there was this period of time where I like was insatiably hungry. Like I could not, like I was like everything I was doing, I was eating. Like it was just like constant, and I was like, what the fuck? Because I don't eat. Like,
you need protein. Protein fills you up.
Yeah,
that's why I like eggs.
Yeah, I don't like eggs.
Eggs. It's salmon. Salmon's a big thing for me.
I was debating this evening because I'm at this point now where I've basically got everything as close to being done as I can before I start the mural. So this is like kind of a good period of time. So like basically this whole month has been like organizing and getting ready for the mural.
Where's that color?
Right here.
Really? No, I'm talking about the line.
Oh, the black. I used the.
Is it this?
The cool gray. Yeah, I just used the cool gray, which is darker. There should be a black in there somewhere. If you want to use a black.
Oh, here's black.
Yeah, but it just doesn't want to. Sometimes the blacks. I always use black a lot.
Cool.
So I'm gonna draw a little thing on my belt logo. So.
I just think that like protein keeps you full or whatever, so you don't get hungry and get shaky or anything like that. What about?
I don't get shaky.
You don't get shaky?
I don't ever have.
How about? How do you feel about like? If you like Coke, there's no way you like LaCroix and stuff, right?
Well, and that was what I was trying to do. I legitimately was like working on. I was doing vitamin water.
Okay.
Which is fine. I've always kind of liked. I mean, I have a couple tattoo. It's one of those weird things, I just kind of always have had.
My buddy Paul likes Coke a lot. Now that I've drank the seltzers for so long, any kind of like pop, it tastes so syrupy to me.
Well, that's what I mean, I have a friend that ended up having diabetes eventually. He had like the first kind, right? Like the type A.
Yeah.
But he he had to stop drinking all that stuff. He's just like, he's like, I don't know how you can drink that. It's so sugary. It tastes like
it tastes
you're just
thick.
Drinking,
it tastes thick to me.
And there are points in time where it kind of gets annoying.
Once in a while, I have a Coke.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Wow, it's really raining out there. What's that for? It is really raining. Oh, okay. It's like pouring outside right now. I need to get over there to be able to draw his once you get done doing your thing.
Yeah.
I might go to the bathroom real quick and let you finish that.
Yeah.
And then you can tell me what's going on here in time comp.
Yeah. Do what you got to do. I'll try to talk to anybody who's watching about what's going on.
I think there are people actually watching. I just can't tell from that.
It's all good. Hey, anybody who's watching out there, I did my best with this robot here.
Your robot looks pretty good. I was actually kind of impressed.
I'm trying to give it a little outline now, but I tried to give him a futuristic sort of mohawk haircut.
Like a punk rock mohawk.
Yeah. And I have it coming out the back here. I don't know if that... Yeah, you can tell that that's what's going on here, I think. Oops. Well, good thing I can fix that. I'm going to fix that real quick. That'll work. All fixed. I'm not the world's greatest artist, but I enjoy doing it. I know I'm not gonna be a famous drawing person, but I do what I can here. Give him some claws. I think he's a pretty decent bad guy robot. I still got to talk to Daisher about what I think my #1 movie is.
I'm kind of excited to hear what your #1 is going to be. I'm back.
Do you have any sort of guess as to what it might be?
No, I can't think of anything.
I think it's a pretty obvious one, and,
okay.
and kind of one that this might be a polarizing movie, but
okay.
This is a movie every time it's on. Definitely TBS.
Okay.
You're talking TBS?
Yes.
I would watch this movie every time it's on.
Okay.
Forrest Gump.
Okay, so isn't Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion also 94?
No, it didn't come up.
Okay.
Yeah. What?
But so my daughter, when she was, that was her favorite movie ever.
Forrest Gump or
Forrest
Romeo
Gump.
and Michelle? Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
So at like a year old, even less than that. I mean, if you wanted her to go to sleep,
wow,
you would put Forrest Gump on it.
Wow.
She would fall asleep to Forrest Gump, and
Okay.
she loved Forrest Gump. It was like her favorite. It was strange. Like it was like, and she loved it. Like I remember her mom and I actually would joke that we were concerned that she was going to come out, like when she did start talking, that she was going to talk like Forrest Gump, because she would get mad at us if like we would turn it off. Like it would be like, it was like her soothing movie. It was very strange. It was comical, and she loved that movie. So I've watched that movie so many times. But that is such a good movie.
Yeah, right?
It's such a good movie. It's a really good movie. I would put Shawshank Redemption as my favorite movie from that year.
Better than Forrest Gump?
Yeah. Shawshank Redemption still makes me cry. Like
Forrest Gump doesn't make you cry?
No. I don't care about Forrest Gump. I'm a heartless bastard. I don't care about Forrest Gump.
Oh.
But maybe, you know what, honestly though, now that I think about it, that may have changed. That may change as time has gone on. Maybe I feel more.
I mean, when he puts the card on Jenny's tombstone from his kid, come on.
Jenny's just a sociopath.
Yeah, I know Jenny sucks, but
Jenny's
but
not the nicest
I'm not
person in the
thinking
world.
about Jenny. I'm just thinking about Forrest.
Well, I'm thinking about the fact that she left her kid behind. And Forrest is going to raise this. Is it his kid? Is it supposed to be his kid? Is that the deal with like?
It's his kid. They got the same mannerisms and stuff.
Oh,
Haley Joel Osment.
Is that Haley Joel Osment?
Yeah.
I actually was watching on TikTok. There was like, I don't know if you know about how like TikTok now like watches like little videos like parts of movies. I was watching a movie where like Tom Hanks plays some old guy's like crotchy old guy.
Yeah, I know what that
that
movie is. That came out like last year. Yeah, where he's just like a grumpy old guy.
Yeah,
like,
but he's like helping people out, and then he has like a heart problem or something like that.
Yeah,
It's like
I didn't see it, but I know what movie you're talking about.
I have to get up in here and color this a bright pink, purple or pink or something, just to give it a little.
I got to give some more outlines to some stuff.
Okay, so I'll let you draw. No, you go ahead.
I'm just gonna do the around the buckles on his
You got it.
Weird jacket here.
Are you gonna do the buckle, like the outline around here?
Yeah, I think that would be nice
that's
too.
Cool. You continue. I'll watch this because he's in the mall now. So this is where. So this here.
Yeah, this is where he meets his 1994 self.
Yeah, he doesn't
luckily.
Cause any sort of ripple in time.
No.
At all. No, he meets his 1994 woman, the girlfriend, his wife.
But the 1994 him is there as well.
Yes. But then he just stopped that guy from stealing that thing that had to do something. See, and like the future guys, they don't look scary.
They give him a good run for his money. I don't know.
So, do you think that the Jean-Claude Van Damme from the beginning is actually this Jean-Claude Van Damme, or is this a different Jean-Claude Van Damme?
That's 2004 Jean-Claude Van Damme that you're looking at right now.
Okay. How is he different than 1994 Jean-Claude?
Different haircut?
Oh.
If you need to tell him apart, he has a different haircut.
Like what kind of haircut, though? Is it not as much of a mullet, or is it...
Yeah, it's less flowy and fluffy. Okay. It's more like... He looks better in 1994, to be honest.
That guy has, like, gold things in his hair. Like his ponytails have, like, gold...
That's the style in the future.
Oh, wow. He definitely couldn't go through...
There he is.
Yeah, he has nose rings. And why is she crying? Because it's her husband. And this guy has... Here he is. Look at the Hawaiian shirt. He's got like his pants tucked into his pants.
He's a futuristic thug.
He's like he's obviously up to no good because he's hunting down. What's her name? There you go. That's looking good. I like your robot a lot. So basically, the goal of these is that what we'll do is eventually I'll have a show with all these little drawings.
Nice.
On them eventually, and
I don't think I need a nose. Do I need a nose?
No.
Yeah, I don't think
robots don't breathe hair.
Yeah, true.
I think I need nipples.
I think that's cool the way that you use the different. Like, I wouldn't know how to do that.
Well, honestly, that's kind of the reasons why I like these markers so much, is because you can kind of, like, I did this Troy Polamalu drawing with these markers too the other day, and like they're really, they just add like that layer you can do, and it kind of gives you shadow.
It looks like paint.
Yeah,
it looks like
they're like watercolor.
Yeah, watercolor.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we typically sign it at this point in time. We're still watching movies. So this is like the thing. Like, this is the one thing you're not going to be upset if we don't get to see the end of this movie, right?
No, I don't care. But I already saw this movie.
You already saw this movie?
Yeah.
Because we are getting towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
Look at those people shopping for like JVC stereo equipment in the mall.
The mall was awesome back in the day.
I know.
Did you ever get to experience Century 3 Mall?
No, I did not.
But you know what it is?
Yeah.
Because it became like such a...
Yeah, well, I used to go to... Where's the... Make sure you put a caps on.
Oh shit! My bad.
I did Monroeville Mall. I never did Century 3 because I wasn't from here originally. So I went to we signed this too as our next step.
Oh yeah.
Dora's gonna start barking at things. Maybe and I'm kind of happy the door stopped barking. We need this one.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna sign over here. Now, do you ever sign anything?
Yeah.
Okay, where's yours? And we do a... Oh, nice. Stupid signature. And then so... Just to get back to Time Cop, because there's a few things I want to just... First of all, your list was a very good list. I would not have picked the Legends of the Fall. I would not have seen you like Legends of the Fall as much.
That's my number 3 of 1994.
I know, but that's one of those ones that like I don't think people, because I really liked Legends of the Fall. I thought it was there was a point in time where I was questioning my sexuality, and I'm pretty sure Legends of the Fall had something to do with it.
I'm sure it had a lot to do with a lot of.
I think The Professional was also 1994. There was a couple I had. There was The Professional, the French one with Natalie Portman.
Okay.
And it's one of Luc Besson's first films.
Okay.
And now she's lightening up to you.
Yeah, she likes me.
Yeah, that's the thing. You just gotta hang out gotta hang out here on the thing. Come on, Dora.
Yeah.
Let's go say hi.
Is it Nora or Dora?
Dora.
Dora, like the Explorer.
Yes, Dora the Explorer. That was her name when I got her.
Oh.
And she hasn't changed. She likes to jump. Come on, Dora. You wanna go up?
She's a cute pup.
Come on.
You're a nice girl.
Come on.
You didn't like me at first, but I probably smell like...
she gets scared.
Smell like cats, and I'm wearing a hat. I get it.
Like cats. Oh, she's never been around a cat.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yeah, she jumps, and she can jump and do everything.
Hi. You're a nice girl.
Yeah.
You're a nice girl. Yeah.
This is Dora. She's like...
Dora, you're cute.
She hangs out down below.
You're a little cutie.
I think she has to pee as well. So let's get her... So we're going to take our... Come on, Dora. Down. Down. Which one are you going to go? There you go. Oh. All right, so we're going to take their... show everything because we need to do a Mad Lib about this.
Okay.
So what do you think? What do you think is the story of this drawing?
The story of this drawing.
Yeah.
And you say what do you mean by Mad Lib? Like you have
just like a story of the drawing. Like I don't have a Mad Lib. That's what I thought it was. Oh wait, wait. Oh crap! I forgot to do something. I have to do. Hold on. I forgot.
Oh, you have to do.
I have to do is like his attack.
Right.
So we're gonna do. There it is. I'm gonna do it. It also really is nice with this paper too. This paper is really good at it, like because this paper is it's like rag paper, so it just absorbs the markers really well. I don't want to draw too much on yours. I'm not hitting you with pink lightning. And see, that's a really nice contrast to that blue.
Yeah.
And that's kind of one of the things that I work on when I do paintings. If you look around, every painting I do, it has a very strong contrasting. That's one of the things I use to do Gauguin kind of style coloring. Mm-hmm. Actually, when I was in Columbus, some guy said that my color choices would make Paul Gauguin blush, and I was just like, I looked at him and I went, I love you. I'm like, can I hug you? And he was like, sure. And I'm like, thank you very much. Like, that was like because it's like one of the things as an artist, I'm sure like you as a musician, there's probably times where you've tried to make something and you're like, I kind of want to make it kind of sound like this, or I kind of want to be like this or whatever. And then 50 people look at it and they're like, it doesn't sound like that. It doesn't sound like that. And then there's like that one dude that's just like, dude, that sounds just like this fucking record I heard when I was like fucking 15. And you're just like, oh, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So here's our drawing. I'll flip back over to I'm actually getting better with the buttons. I normally hit them.
You're good with the buttons.
Yeah. So all right. So we got. This is our drawing.
That's a
big one.
That's a real beaut.
It is. It's a good one.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. This is really fun.
It's colorful.
It is. So what I'll do is I'll also take a picture of it probably.
Okay.
So this actually, it's kind of funny because so PJ's, which is over here, his drawing, which is over here, was us wrestling.
Right.
Wrestling somebody.
Right.
So it's like yours is also us fighting. So maybe I should watch more martial arts movies. But that one, like, I like that one too because it's drawn kind of the same style.
Yeah, it's fighting. It's these are like
they're like twins.
They go together.
Yeah, they are. They do. So that would be cool. We'll put them together, and then we'll eventually have a show of them all somewhere. But what do you think is the story behind this guy? So how do you think these guys met?
Well,
first of all, do you think this is like is this a fight to the death, or is this just a normal? Like, are they sparring?
I think the robot's getting blindsided because he's not even putting up a fight. Okay. He is simply standing there
because he's just like a normal robot.
Yeah, I think that it is a robot from 2004. Okay. Coming back to a guy from 1994. He's looking for this guy from 1994
to tell him like what? What does he tell him?
But the guy from 1994 is catching him off guard. He's coming up from behind. Okay. He is coming back to make sure that he doesn't exist in 2004.
Oh, why though?
Because be a good reason. Because he. Oh, I got a good story.
All right. Okay. So
the
robot is sent back from.
He's stopping the technology, the robot technology back in 1994 that's being developed because all the robots take the jobs of the people
from the shirtless guys.
From the shirtless humans.
Yes.
So he's coming back to prevent that because he wants the robots to take over. Okay. Or he's sent by someone. He's a robot, so he doesn't have.
Well, I mean, it could be. They could be artificial intelligence.
Sure, artificial intelligence, but there is a billionaire, a trillionaire
that's in charge of this. So this is actually about social class warfare.
This is class.
Okay,
so that's what we're going to title this. Class warfare.
Okay, so it's class warfare. So we're going to title. So, all right, that's a good name. Class warfare. We'll call it. And we'll spell it Fair. which is the correct way to spell it.
Okay.
Right? Is that the right way to spell it?
That is not the right way to spell
All right,
it.
but it's spelled. Really, it's not the way to spell it. I was spelling it wrong. That's
F-A-R-E. But
God damn you!
But it's okay because
that's like symbolic.
Is it fair?
Yeah. Oh, well, maybe that's.
Is
you know what?
fair
If anyone ever calls me on that again, I'm totally saying that.
Yeah.
I'm a terrible draftsman. I'm terrible at spelling.
I'm very good at spelling.
That's
one of my. It's one of my strengths.
I am horrible at spelling, but I have always kind of had the approach that, like, first of all, I think the English language is absolutely absurd. Like, there is just too many damn words for just one thing, and it's just like whatever. And I also just feel that if you misspell it, you just figure it out, and it's like your brain fixes it in your head.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Okay, I get it, but
yeah, that's not right. I don't care, but warfare, as in fair, because war isn't fair. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's what we're trying to say with this.
Yes, but this is our drawing that we did for this week. We should find. I actually really like it on this side too. Yes, this is actually like.
It's pretty good no matter how you look.
Like that. I mean, I actually don't. Like, I kind of want to find a like. Like, look at that on that side. I mean, I know it's not the right side, but, like, look at the...
Yeah.
How would I get that to happen?
Right. Yeah, you got a lot more of the white.
Look at that. I mean, that's, like, really nice. But this is our drawing.
Yeah.
So we're going to put it on the wall here somewhere. Where do you want to put it? I'm trying to run out of space.
Yeah, you are. I don't want... How you get stuff up higher in this place?
Well, I have a step ladder.
Okay.
We can do... That wall's kind of out of the way.
Yeah.
We can do...
I mean, the only spots I really see are, like, behind that wig over there.
Yeah, and we can do the wig and see what we can do. We can switch.
Yeah.
We can do the wig. This is 4. So we'll put that. We can do the wig like above there. I gotta get the step ladder. We can do the wig above that. You
Yeah.
gonna hold this?
Yep.
You can see all this right here.
What are people seeing the multicam right now?
Yeah, so that's actually what they're seeing. So they're seeing the multi. I think they actually. See that, but they should be able to. Yeah. So yeah, they're seeing the multicam. I don't know where that light is. It's blocking that one.
I'm taking a look. Taking a look. See.
So that's what they can see. Yeah, and right there is actually what we're showing.
Okay.
Multicam doesn't go back here.
Okay.
This is where the secrets happen. I'm actually going to move that.
Oh, you got a blank canvas up there right now.
I'll move that. Back it over here. 2 tumblers. It's all about organization. Is the goal of this whole place. I've always kind of wanted a place that's just like I can just make it just my art place, and this is basically what
That's
this
what
is.
it looks like to me.
That's nice. Let's take it over now. We're hanging this up here, and a basketball trophy.
Yeah.
I still think someplace. There's a building that like was opened up here, and I just like went in one time. Took a bunch of trophies. And every year whenever there's like a codes contest, the trophies are all from that. So they're all from like this is from Tri-County Christian League Middle School Boys Tournament 2nd place.
Wow.
So there we are. We're all hung up on the wall.
I love it. I love it.
All right. So do you have anything you want to promote? Your band playing? I know your band right now. And
yeah. I got lots of stuff. Lots of stuff to talk about. Punchline is going on tour in June.
Okay. Do you know that one time, I think it was you guys, I drove. Did you guys used to have a Freightliner van?
Freightliner. We had a Econoline.
Okay, but it was a Freightliner.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, we've had a few 15-passenger vans back in the day.
One time I was doing a gig with Drusky, and I was driving the bands around.
Okay.
And I wasn't supposed to be at work that day, and it was something like that. And for some reason, he told me it was your guys' truck. He could have been lying to me.
Okay.
It was your guys' Freightliner, and that was the only reason I was like, I'll drive it around if it's only theirs. And he was like, okay. And I could not, but I only listen to MF2. So I drove like really famous people around one day in some Freightliner that they said was yours.
Huh.
And I don't think it was. And that's
it might not have been. I don't think
Brian
Drusky.
I don't think
that was
Drusky.
I don't think that was ours. But
okay.
but
right. Okay, so your band.
We have some 20-year anniversary of our album Action shows coming up.
Okay.
In Minneapolis, Chicago, Detroit, and Columbus. Those are in June.
Okay.
Those will be cool. And then we have a Pittsburgh one we're going to be announcing next week.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, that's an exciting
So where do you
one.
you like to play in Pittsburgh? Do you enjoy playing in Pittsburgh?
I do. I mean, we do it once or twice a year.
Okay.
So make sure it's really good.
Yeah.
It's always an event. There's always
there has to be. I mean, that's just the thing anymore with everything. It just
you can't just be like I'm playing a show.
Yeah.
There has to be a.
Well, that was always like when I booked bands because I booked bands for Toads, you know, and one of the biggest things I always ran into with bands was like, hey guys, like, don't play the same place.
Yeah, right.
Like you it's Greensburg. It's not that big. You
Right.
can't play.
Can't play every other week.
Every week. Some of them were every day. Some of them were like every other day. It was just like people were getting tired of seeing you.
Yeah, right.
So okay. You got that. Anything else?
I do with another band I play in, another Cheetah. I play with PJ, and you know those guys. We are playing at the Green Beacon in June. I believe it's June 15th as part of what they call Wharf Tour.
The Wharf Tour, yes. June 15th. That's a nice one.
Another Cheetah's playing at that.
And then that's a bunch of bands. That's like a whole festival. It's what they call their festival day. Their punk rock festival day.
That's my next Greensburg related thing.
Okay.
And also I produce and host a couple podcasts.
Okay.
The podcast I produce and am on a little bit is called Krista Makes a Podcast.
I think that's you guys like that's always somebody interviewing.
Yeah,
people.
it's Chris from Less Than Jake, and we have on an artist.
Chris. Yes.
We have a songwriter who wrote an iconic song every week, and it's just diving into every aspect of that song.
I didn't realize that was Chris.
Yep.
One time, they played Less Than Jake played State College when I was 94, 93.
Sure.
And they stayed at my friend Summer's apartment afterwards.
Nice.
And I remember Chris just took over the video game system, wouldn't let anybody else play video games. And he sat there all night long and like played video games. And we're like, can we play? He's like, no. And we're just like, all right, cool, whatever. But that was one of those because that was when Cheese was around. Remember Cheese?
Cheese, of course.
Yeah. Is he still around?
I don't think he lives around here anymore.
Okay.
I think he moved somewhere else.
He didn't die though.
No, he's alive. Okay. He's alive. Yeah, he used to print our T-shirts back in the day.
Yes, but I always remember like Cheese would always be like, and he would come up to State College and they would play, and it was always a good time. So that was the thing. But yes.
But that podcast, we're over 200 episodes, and we have some amazing, huge ones coming up. So that's wherever you get podcasts. I host a podcast called One Hit Thunder. Okay. We talk about a different one-hit wonder every week. Dive into it. Sometimes we have guests.
What kind of ones? Like what kind of
we've done every name a one-hit wonder, and we've probably done an episode on
Whip It. From Devo?
We did do a Devo episode already. Yeah, like real early, like in the first year of the podcast, we did that.
Okay. So one of my biggest concerns in the world is the fact that Devo is not on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Okay.
And
have they been up for? Have they been even nominated?
They could have been nominated. Like it was like basically
25 years. You have.
Yeah. So they've been. The first record came out in '77, so it's been at least 25 years for them for a while.
Yeah.
They're based on through bands from Ohio.
Okay.
But they don't have their own. They don't have their own like thing, and I think it's an injustice.
Yeah.
Because it's Devo. They've been up like 2 years in a row, and they never get voted.
You're a big Devo guy.
I love Devo. Devo's the greatest band in the world.
I thought it was pretty interesting to learn about all the people from different bands that were literally there as students at the Kent State at the shooting.
Ohio is one of those states that like it's a lot of people come from Ohio. Like a lot of things come from Ohio because it's one of those. It's big, and when they like people go to those places to be part of something. Right. You know what I mean? And that's there's like a lot of those people were like all the guys from Devo were there during the shooting, like basically, and then who else was there?
It was funny. I did a music trivia on one of my podcasts at one point, and I was so shocked. It was a couple other famous. I can't remember. Chrissy Hind may have been one of them.
Well, yeah, because she would have been from Ohio too, because she's from Pretenders are from Ohio.
Who all was at the
Kent State shooting? It's kind of a dark thing.
Yeah, it's dark, but I was just surprised at how many famous people were at. I don't know if I'm be able to. I should say famous people at the Kent State.
Yeah, there's a lot of people at Kent State. Because I know because Devo would have been in school at that point in time. All those guys would have been in school.
Yeah.
And then like Chrissy Hines would have been there too. I think.
I can't remember if she was like.
She's from Ohio.
I can't remember if she was someone I put on as like the false answer. It was like a multiple choice, or if she was actually
doing
there.
Like a question.
Yeah, it was like which one of these people weren't at it.
Well, that's the other thing too. Like, there's a lot of bands are from Ohio that a lot of people don't know about. Like, Guided by Voices from Ohio.
The Breeders
from Ohio.
Yeah.
Lopan. Do you remember Lopan? That might be. So Lopan was this. So there was Columbus. Columbus has a really big stoner metal scene, and it had a really big stoner metal scene. When I was like in the stoner metal, like when I had a stoner metal band, they were a really big stoner metal scene. And they had this band called Lopan that all their songs were about, at first, were about Big Trouble in Little China.
Okay. Like, second time that movie's come out.
Yes, because it's an amazing movie. And all that stuff. But they are one of the best, like, stoner metal bands. And they're, like, really, really methodical and, like, really, like, Mogwai kind of, like, just really. So they're really great. That was a big thing in Columbus for a while in Ohio. There's a lot of really great bands from Ohio.
Yeah.
A lot of great people from Minneapolis, too. Like Prince.
Yeah. Wait, the one I forget what the club was called. The Rave? Is that the Rave? No, that's Milwaukee. Anyway, the one club we played at that Prince used to own.
Okay.
There was a balcony that looked over like the stage, and right in the center of the balcony there was a throne, and that's where Prince would go sit and watch the shows. And,
was he there every show?
No, I mean, probably back when we played there, he didn't own it anymore.
Okay.
But they think that maybe they still. I don't know if they still have the throne there. I don't know. It's just like a story I remember from that place. The Quest it was called.
Okay. Here, wait. They're gonna show me shit. Okay. Oh no!
Oh, this is it. This is where they.
This is why I wanted to wait for this. I would do this coming. So he's gone through. Oh.
They touched each other and they become
But how does that? But I don't. What?
Don't try to make sense of the science of Time Cop. There's no.
But I don't understand how. What is that going on?
Now I don't know. I don't know what kind the ripples that happen throughout time.
Where's
now
it going?
Happened.
Where's it going? Where did it go?
I don't know.
Did it just soak into the floor?
Yeah. Soaked into the time. It's just, I don't know, man.
Okay, but this is future him
rescuing past wife from 1994
because past him is knocked out on the cold on the.
Yes.
So
he rescues past him. So
he
now,
rescued past him too.
Past him, yeah. Past him is outside, so he's okay.
Yeah.
He didn't get killed like he did at the beginning of the movie.
Okay.
So now, 2004 him goes back to 2004, where
back to 1994.
No, 2004 him.
And it goes back to the 10
back
years
to 2004, and now his wife is alive, and he has a 10-year-old kid with a bowl cut.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. It'll hurt your head if you think about it too hard.
This movie
you just gotta roll with it.
Well, he's gonna take her and put her over by his past self, who's obviously a big wimp because he got knocked out.
Well,
I mean, like
he got 10 more years experience of fighting, and 2004 Jean-Claude
was a time traveler.
He's a time traveler, and he knew what was coming.
Well, yeah, and he's a
1994 did not know.
Yeah, that was exactly, and he's a time traveler, so obviously he's going to be a better fighter. That's the thing that they don't explain.
Yeah.
In this is how whenever you're a fighter, if you're in time travel, you're going to be a better fighter at the end of it.
You got 10 more years of fighting under your belt too. Keep in mind.
Yes. So now he's like, oh, everything's a little different.
Yeah, it's not named after the bad guy.
Yeah.
The place was named after the bad guy in one of the dude.
Yeah. But that's the thing, like that right there is a ripple in time that could have changed a lot of other things.
Right.
Like very much like that artist that sexy robot artist guy. He always liked his work. His nice work. But I think we're going to close it up because the movie's over.
Yeah,
you
sure.
With this? Are you ready to say goodbye?
I'm ready to say goodbye.
All right. Well, hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in and stuff and all that stuff. We'll be back next week. Actually, next week's guest is going to be Marty Lund from Zayo.
Okay, yeah.
And we're going to watch a movie about a mafia guy that has an Italian restaurant that has to save it through opera, I think. I haven't watched the movie. I made Marty watch it ahead of time. Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes I just make a guest watch the movie ahead of time.
Okay.
So I don't have to watch it, and I'm just actually acting surprised.
Yeah.
But not this time because I love Time Cop because Time Cop's a fucking awesome movie.
Yeah.
Even though the time travel thing, a lot of questions about it.
Just enjoy the ride if you watch.
Well, there's not an enjoying a ride on this one because it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make physics. Physics.
You can't look into it that way.
But so next week's Marty Lund's on.
Cool.
And then it'll be same time, like today, Thursday around 6ish.
Cool.
And then we're good to go. All right,
everybody. Tune in.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later.
See ya.
2 hours, not bad.
All right. I think we did good.
Yeah. No, it was fun.
Hopefully we were entertaining.
I think we were. And that's like the biggest thing. Stop recording.